Welcome to Nimbus accounting system. In this video I am going to explain how to create the AR invoice. So first I will log in to my demo account. Okay, now I'm in my demo account. Actually this account I create very fresh, so nothing much. In my previous video I already created the bank account, so but I never create any AR invoice. So AR invoice means the account receivable invoice, which is the main part of your business. So this is the invoice you create for your customer to sell your product or service. So to create the invoice, you should go to account receivable. So once you go to account receivable, you can see three buttons is on top. So to create new invoice, you can click new invoice, or you can click new credit note if you need to create the credit note. If you need to see the statement, you can click here. So first, since there is no any invoice, so in dashboard is empty, so I will create the invoice. Okay, I click the new invoice. So I'm going to type my customer name. My customer name is ABC Demo Company. So I click A. So once I click A, it will display whatever is the whatever customer is already in the system. So that's mean previously I create ABC Software Demo Private Limited. Actually all the context profile is inside the context. You can see all contacts, or you can go for each customer. So customer is from AR invoice or AR credit note. Supplier is AP invoice or AP credit note. Pay is from voucher. So I will go for all contacts to show this ABC software company. So I click here. So I will go to all contacts. So I can see ABC Demo Company is already created. When I click on the name, it will appear me another box where I can change the information. So but okay, I'm not going to explain more about the contacts. It will be in another video series. So I will close it. I will back again to create the new invoice. So I click new. Okay, this time actually this time my customer is not the ABC Software Private Limited. This time my customer is ABC Company Demo Limited. Okay, so I will type my address. So these are some sample address. So I copy the same to deliver to. You can leave it deliver to blank, address blank, but you must enter the bill to details. So this is a very new the customer for me. So when I create the very new customer, it will, for the first time, it will create the profile for this customer and save it under the contacts. Maybe after creating invoice, we will see again the contacts how it's be created. So in this invoice, my payment mode is cash. So if your payment mode is credit, then you have to put the due date. If your payment mode is cash or any other method is not necessary, system will get the due date as a today date. So my currency is Singapore dollar. So you can select the other currency upon your setup on your system. So if I click the Singapore dollar, it will give you another box for create the get the exchange rate. So this time I create the Singapore dollar. So my tax method is exclusive. So I will enter my okay, this is my first line item. So I will click quantity is 2, and unit price. Okay, first you need to enter the to this line, you have to double click. So I click here, see, double click, then it will become the box. So if I double click quantity, it become again text box. So I double click on the unit price, then it become a text, so I can enter my unit price. So once I enter, I click outside, then it will calculate the amount, the subtotal, GST exclusive, so add the GST here. After creating this line, I should click this green color plus mark to add to the invoice. So I will click it, so is came here. If I have nothing here, see, is empty. If I click the green color label, is saying quantity is required and unit price is required. So I will clear another line. So once it double click, it will take it. So I click again plus mark. So is the line is here. If you need to change anything on this line, let's say I mistakenly quantity is 0, but here you cannot change it. You can delete this line. Okay, it's deleted, so you can add again the new line. So is quantity is 2.1. okay, so it's added. So you can see it's already added, so it's calculated. So this time I'm not going to click finish, so I'm going to save as a draft, because maybe I'm not going to complete this invoice. So maybe my customer asks another item, so at this moment I just click save as a draft, so it's generate me the draft number. So I will go out from the new invoice. So let's say again, my once you draft is nothing calculated, it's just a draft, is in draft invoice. So this is your draft, so you can open the draft again to do any amendment again. So my supplier, my customer asking another item, so I will add okay, maybe okay, I add another item is okay, so it's I added already. Now I click draft, save again. I can go back and I will go back and see and open the draft again. See, my draft is new item after draft is there. So as long as you click draft, it will save it as a draft, and it will not create the invoice until you click the finish. Once you click the finish, instead of this draft invoice number, it will generate your very own invoice number. So if you need to see the draft printout, so you can click here, you can see your draft invoice. So this is your draft invoice, so you can print it and you can give it to your customer as a draft. So this is a draft number. So okay, I will close this. Now my invoice is final already, so I need to finish this invoice, because I need to print the actual invoice. So I will click finish, then system generate the number for me. See, is my first invoice is a 001. Is according to your set configuration setup, you can set up invoice number. So is now is already generated, so I can print it here now. Either I can, okay, so invoice and the DO is auto generated. So DO, if you need to enter any thing here, so you can write it 24 carton, sorry, 24 packet in 1 carton TN. Okay, so in this item I'm going to change it one box. Okay, this item again I'm changing. Okay, anything, I will say 12 pieces in one box. Okay, so this is my remarks for DO. So now we can print the invoice. We will see the invoice first. Okay, this is my invoice. So this term and condition you can change it as you wish. So it's under business settings. You can go to business setting, you can change your own term and condition. So this is your invoice. If your invoice is not the tax invoice, that means you do not have the GST, then this should be invoice. This thing can change at business, under business settings. So I close this one first, then I print the DO again. I see the DO first. So this is the DO. So this is my remarks. So you can type any remarks there. Again, I never put the term condition, so it's my wording is term and condition. I never put anything, so that's why it's just a term and condition. If you need it, so you can try any term and condition, or you can remove it. These settings is under business settings. So I close this one. Now I need to receive the payment for this invoice, so I will see here. So when I go down, I can see the payment thing, the place to receive the payment. So you can receive by cash payment, or but you can write off to your credit note, but currently I don't have any credit note, so I cannot do write off. So I will go back. So you can select your bank and date and check number if you receive by check or cash, or you need to receive as a partially. Yes, you can receive as a partially. So I receive only $100, so I add the payment. So when I add the payment is here, this is the payment details. So, and this is the my name which I add to the system. So balance is this is the balance already calculated. So I'm not going to pull receipt because I need to show this one in the statement. So I go back to account receivable again. See account receivable, now the dashboard has the data. So your top debitor is this, because we have only one. So this is the outstanding amount, and this is total overdue. So actually, because it's saying overdue, my payment term is cash, so due date is today date, so it's already due this much. So this is the total outstanding for full invoice. Your whole business, the invoice is this much outstanding because you already received the $100. So this is the balance. So your total sales by as a chart, and monthly sales as a chart. So this one, if you got few 2 years, it will compare with the last year. Currently I don't have data, so I cannot see it. If you have a last year 2011, it will display here 2011 what is the November sales. This one also same, yearly it will say, let's say I have data for 2011, then it will display 2011 until today, what is the date, so what is the amount. And so this dashboard will give you some understanding about your business. So it's actually help meters for your business.